So this is where it all happens. We're in the office in the Baltic Quarter of Sound City. Fantastic little place. Dave Pichilingi is with me. How's it going, Dave?
Very good, thank you. Yeah.
So this year, massive success for Sound City, but things are going to change in 2015 in terms of location, which is a massive deal. Tell us more about that.
Well, yeah, we've decided to change the location. We've been 7 years, right in the heart of the kind of what was the rope walks district part of the city. And we just feel we've taken it as far as we need to take it, really, or we can take it. This year we were kind of a victim of our own success. We sold more tickets than we've ever sold before. People couldn't get into certain venues and so on and so forth. So we just felt we need to change this whole thing. We also feel we're getting endlessly compared to South by Southwest now, which is good. They're still the biggest in the world, but we're ambitious and we kind of, we want to kind of take that mantle away, really. Not anytime soon, but certainly in the foreseeable future. And so we figured what makes us different, really, with Liverpool. It's the water, it's being near to the river, it's all of those kind of wonderful things that makes it different. So we felt by transplanting and moving the whole thing to the waterfront, it allows us to grow in a space that that we can grow into without kind of being moved over the next few years. And it's also totally unique being able to do things on the water and being able to use warehouse spaces and so on. So it'll still have the look and the feel of what people have grown to love with Sound City, but in a totally unique setting.
And it's Stanley Dock you're doing this. This is an area that is really upcoming. You've got the big hotel there now. Was that a decision made by you for that reason, or was it just because it is a good little spot for you to do something like this?
We looked at several locations for it, and this was actually the last one that I got to see, but I fell in love with the space, really. One of the reasons that we chose either thing didn't influence each other, really. We decided to move the conference to the Titanic Hotel because it's a fantastic hotel. We've had a fantastic relationship with the Hilton, but it was because we've moved the live festival, we really did need to move the conference side of it. So locating the conference there was a conscious move, but it didn't really influence whereabouts on the river we were putting it. We wanted somewhere near, of course, but we looked at several sites in that location. But the site that we've chosen, in Nelson Dock, actually is where it is. It's just fantastic because it allows us to use warehouses and a great piece of land to keep that Sound City experience alive, really, as opposed to just plonking the whole thing on an open piece of land.
For you guys as well, it's going to be a lot easier because you're not running around these hundreds of venues that you put on and you look after when the festival's on. You in one place, you can look after things a lot better, I presume.
Yeah, absolutely. But not just easier for us, easier for our customers as well, easier for our music lovers that come to the event. They'll still get choices of, I think, about a dozen stages by the time the dust settles, really, in terms of what we're putting on. But as with all Sound City experiences, they'll be able to run between all of these stages. It'll take them 3 or 4 minutes to get between each of the stages, each of which will have its own unique flavour and kind of setting, really.
So we'll still have that buzz of getting from one stage to the other.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're still going to be putting on around about 250 bands,
Let's talk about getting something like this together. It fascinates me how you start planning something like this, because I know it's months in advance. The lineup, do you have a wish list? Do you think, right, Flaming Lips, definitely need them next year? Definitely want Bell and Sebastian. How do you come up with it?
We have a wish list, exactly like you said. We always have a wish list. So we look at our wish list and inevitably you never get what you want. It's a bit like Christmas.
You always aim at the top and then kind of...
Yeah, but it's different, really, because we'll have a wish list, but then certain things will come at you that we didn't even think of, and we're absolutely delighted when that happens. Talking about Flaming Lips, they've been on our wish list for about the past 5 years, really, So delighted that we've actually managed to land them this year on what is an exclusive show, a UK show for Sound City. So that in itself is an absolute coup, so we're pleased with that. Having said that, some of the greatest things that come out of Sound City are those things that you and I have never heard of yet, So the bands, the artists that they'll play Sound City and it'll be their first ever major festival or ever festival they've ever played. And then 3, 4 months, 12 months later, they're on everyone's lips, really. So they're the things that excite me more.
That happens a lot with Sound City. You kind of always get them artists. I'm thinking Ed Sheeran, I'm thinking Florence and the Machine, who are massive 12 months later. You must know, you must be tipped off these guys are going to go big.
Some, yeah, it's quite weird because some of you get tip-offs that they're going to be massive and you never hear of them again, really. So you'll see some artists with big marketing spend behind them from the record labels, and then it never happens for them. Other artists, Ed Sheeran's a great example. He didn't have a huge amount of spend behind him from the label he was signed to and so on. Good manager behind him who was a real grafter. But really, that took everyone by surprise, really. And really, we had him on the cusp of when things were just about to explode for him. A similar thing with a number of other artists, really, without mentioning too many names, really. But it is great when that happens. Yes, we've got great people who listen to the music. We've got a great team of people who are kind of, looking out for the best bands. But it's great when they come through the apply to play side of what we do, and then they go on to such great things as we've mentioned.
2015 lineup. We've got 2 big names already. Can you give us any hints? Can you give us any exclusives as to what we can expect? Is there going to be another wave in the next couple of months?
There's going to be a wave the end of January. I can tell you that. So the end of January is when we make our next announcement. And all I will say is we've got some amazing bands to come. So we're sitting on. We purposely just eke them out in a kind of because we thought Bell and Sebastian and Flaming Lips is a great statement of intent, really. We've got some amazing bands to come, really, as well as our headliner for the Friday.
And lots of local acts as well. I'm presuming you'll stand by that mantra of keeping things
absolutely,
local.
yeah. One of the new things we brought this year is bringing the tastemaker thing in the regional A&R, if you want. So we've got lots of kind of people in different parts of the UK, different parts of the country, who are recommending artists from different regions. In this region, of course, we've got lots of eyes and ears, so we're lucky with eyes and ears. But we've got Peter Guy from Get Into This helping us out with that, as well as our other promoters who already work with us as well. So we're confident that we'll be showcasing some of the best talent from the region as well.
So 2015, massive year for Sound City. Hard work kind of starts once you're back after Christmas. I'm presuming it's going to go crazy for you then, and that's when the blood, sweat and tears come in. Yeah,
it's already begun, to be honest. You said before it takes months in the planning. It's as soon as we close our 2014 event, we're the week after, 2 days after it, we're kind of already planning what we're doing for 2015. So it's been blood, sweat and tears already, because there's a number of things that have to happen working with the sponsors that we're working with. Booking artists is obviously a long lead on all of that. So it gets easier in some areas and it gets tougher in other areas, if that makes sense. But certainly January, February, March is pretty tough for us all. And then once we get near the festival, it's this office that you see we're in now, it just gets full of more and more
busy,
people to deliver the whole thing.
We love to come and follow you if we can, and just see your progress as the as
absolutely. Thanks again for your support.
That's okay.
Good luck with your new venture.
Thanks,
as well.
Dave.
Yeah.
All the best, mate. Cheers.
Thank you.
Pichilingi.
Yeah.